Hi, I'd like to start today by talking about the right hand. There's a lot of different ways to approach the right hand technique on playing pizzicato. Wherever possible, we want all motions to be as natural as possible without overextending the hand or, like without strain, without excess squeezing. We want things to be loose and relaxed and to be able to get energy to pass through the joints efficiently. What I have here is the hand is just kind of wagging on the end of my arm, kind of like if you could imagine a rock attached to the end of a stick with a string. The hand is like a weight on the end of my arm, and the objective now is going to be to transfer this weight into the string. So there's a little bit of a whipping action as the finger goes through the string. There's also an objective of passing as much meat as possible over the string. If you notice that if you just use the tips, the sound gets thin. It's because harmonics are being selected as we pluck the bass. We would like usually to get a good fundamental out of the bass, so the idea is to use maximum meat. Some people use the tips of two fingers. It achieves the same effect, a similar effect. The sound is similar. You get a nice fundamental coming out of the sound. But for me, this is my preferred method. The thumb is behind the fingerboard. And actually, I'm using a little bit of leverage against the fulcrum of the thumb. And I'm rotating around that fulcrum. So there's one static point really is the thumb underneath the fingerboard. Although it can move up and down the string to change the sound depending on the situation. Also, rather than my hand being sideways to the fingerboard, I find that the palm of my hand is it's not flat to the front of the bass, but getting there. I'd say that there's maybe 30-degree angle, but ultimately it's about whatever is comfortable for you. But the objective is to get a nice fundamental by using a lot of meat on the string. This here is a metronome. The metronome is an incredibly valuable tool for a musician. Everybody should have one. Everybody should use them. It develops our ability to harmonize with things outside of ourselves. When we play with other people, we need to be able to play with things outside of ourselves. Although we need to develop a strong sense of pulse within ourselves, and frequently a band depends on the bass to be a generator of pulse, we also need to be able to get with things that are outside ourselves. And actually the process of getting with a metronome is very helpful on a number of levels. Let me give you an example. This is something that you might get a kick out of trying for yourself. I'm going to use the metronome right now as a meditation and as a means with which to lock in sound and pulse. I got 88 beats a minute here. As I'm playing, I can feel the metronome in my fingers. Now, as I have this groove going, I'm going to start shifting my weight from foot to foot, stepping on 1 and 3. Now this is a really good exercise to do, just to lock in. Do it at different speeds with the metronome. Okay, now I'm going to start playing lead-ins to this note. I'm playing a C. That's a chromatic lead-in from below. Now I'm going to play a chromatic lead-in from above. going to play a diatonic lead in from above. Now I'm going to play a diatonic lead in from below. Now if it's a dominant chord, I might want to play flat 7. Or I might want to lead in through the 7th.